Actually, it takes, I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, it takes courage and willingness to even risk the relationship to say that, especially if it's coming from love, not force, not authority. Because it's actually much easier to just withhold, to not say anything.
It is. And that's probably, we talk about self-doubt. It's probably
Mhm.
where I have the most doubt of myself at this point.
Mm.
That dance of what's the right balance of like hard truth and holding a loving like center within. And is it
Mhm.
coming from judgment, or is it coming from patience? Is it coming from resentment? What's it coming from?
Mhm.
And can I get clean? And until I'm clean, I don't speak radical truth. So I journal, I get clear, but I
Mhm.
don't just because it's tricky, particularly if like intimate relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are
Yeah.
tender. We got tender hearts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think thoughtful and hold it as sacred and give it the time, space, and the writing. Like, yeah, radical candor. I think we could radical candor with a lot of consideration.
I honestly, so we'll come back to the whole idea or the protocols and the tools about self-doubt in a moment, but I want to talk about radical candor for a moment. I'm actually, I think radical candor is like the idea of communism. It's a really good idea on paper, but in practice, in my mind, I think there needs to be a lubricant, right? A civility.
Yeah.
I can't just boom go for the heart every time based on what the book says. I just don't think that's realistic. Because even for me, it's difficult enough for me myself to face my own truth ayahuasca ceremony. If another egoic person comes and tell me what I should be looking at, it's even more difficult. So radical candor in my mind is a great idea, but I just don't see in practice how that could be used in a productive way. I don't know.
Yeah, I look, oh my God, I've done so much of that because of being surrounded by people who some of them are, they're like radical truth tellers. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you were marrying one.
I
So,
thought it.
I mean, yeah, it must be, I don't know. I can't imagine to be easy.
Oh, I mean, I was, no, it's a real source of anger because I saw it as not compassionate,
Yeah,
not taking into consideration where I'm at. I'm like A to Z. You got to lead me from A to B.
right.
And I'm clearly not there. What I will say is similar to what plant medicine does. Truth shows you the gap. It's here's where I am, here's truth. And there might be a gap between what I'm. So you just told me something that hurts a lot because it revealed the gap. But I'm probably better off knowing that truth than not. But so it's this weird thing because but I don't want to hear it all the time. Don't constantly remind me of the gap because that's not going to serve my spirit, which I need to protect. So that's not what it's about. It's about feeding your open heart, feeding your spirit. The gap is good to be aware of because we could compassionately nudge ourselves to where we want to be, but it's not about showing me the truth and go, oh, you should be there. Because that's the part that
That's
I
judgment.
really
Yeah.
think messes the whole game up and breeds a lot of judgment, resentment, righteousness.